How you guys doing? Hey, how's it going? So right now we all know what's going on in the Middle East. It is a dumpster fire over there, but we're gonna go real quick on some updates of what's going on. So the illegal and offensive war that is being waged by the United States of America and Israel is in a complete dumpster fire right now. I know you guys have seen it on the news, you guys have seen it on social media, but Iran is giving up a hell of a fight, right? They're giving up a hell of a fight. So right now, what we have, right, is three U.S. jets have crashed. Guess who shot them down? Kuwait. Friendly fire. Right now, there are so many bombs, missiles, planes flying widely. They are carpet bombing. If you know what carpet bombing is, imagine a carpet in your room. That's how they're bombing. They're just anything goes. U.S. and Israel is just launching missiles that killed Khamenei, and they've also bombed a girls' school. It was 40 that I said yesterday, right? Now they're up to 60 plus. And once again, I don't know what it is with Israel, and I don't know what it is with Israel, but they have a thing for killing little girls. I don't know what it is. Israel is sick, terrorist country. They've got to. Hey, listen anyway. So um, mind you, each jet that's been exploded is about $100,000. So there goes your tax money. They're $100,000 plus. But we're going to show you a video real quick of the Saudi oil company Aramco, right? Has a jet was flying over one, was intercepted by a missile, Iranian missile, which then fell into the Saudi Aramco.
Attacks on Israel. We've also seen Iran launch assaults on Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and even the United Arab Emirates, where I am now. Over the last several hours, there have been explosions and plumes of smoke in the sky as the Emirati forces are targeting incoming missiles from Iran. Already, we've seen one person killed in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the United Arab Emirates.
So the jet crashes into there, it blows up, and Saudi Aramco is provides 20% of the world's liquid gasoline. So I don't know if your gas tank is filled right now, but if you have extra money, I'd be stacking gas for your vehicle very soon here because the price of that is going to skyrocket. Believe it, right? So anyway, right now, what's happening with this whole oil freeze and the whole sea being blocked up is now, see, this is why Donald Trump's an idiot, right? You're talking about America first, let's make this money. But now you've just pushed a lot of people into the Russian oil market, right? Your number one nemesis, right? Was Donald Trump still part of that Russiagate thing? So it's this is very hard to understand. Is this just all killing just for the sake of killing? Because outside of Israel, and we're going to get to that, but also Amazon data center was bombed in the UAE. Also, America's pretty much abandoned the whole Gulf region where they had all their military bases. The military bases that they had, Iran pretty much bombed all those places. And so these bases were promised that when they were there, that they would have American protection. Nope. Donald Trump has pulled all military fighter jets and all personnel. I think about 3 Americans have died. And Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of War, he took away the Secretary of Defense. These guys are sociopaths. These guys are crazy. But anyway, they turned into the Secretary of War. So now all the fighter jets that were on these and military personnel have been all sent to Israel to protect Israel. So now the Middle East is getting a little taste of, oh yeah, Saudi Arabia and Dubai. You thought, oh, we're such great friends with the Americans. Okay, we'll see about that. Anyway, what else? Out of the simple fact of about 555 people plus are still counting are considered to be dead in Iran right now. Most of those are civilians. Most of the people there. When I say carpet bombing, guys, imagine you live in a city, right, where you have no idea where the next bomb is coming from. Pete Hegseth is an idiot. if you don't know who Pete Hegseth is, he was also in the military, but he's like this Chad bro guy in the military. And Donald Trump just hired sycophants to be part of his administration. And Pete Hegseth used to have a very bad thing with drinking. They literally had to put in, like, he worked for like a private company. They had to put in his contract when he was hiring, he's not going to drink on the job. And that should show you what type of individual he is. What else we got here? So, right now, if you look at the polls, they've been polling on, do people want this war in Iran? And the majority of the public, about, I think a good 70 to 80%, do not want this war. So you have to sit back and ask yourself, if this is so unpopular, right? What in the world would make them go along with this war, which we've now dubbed the Epstein War? This whole Epstein, Israel, war in Iran, Palestine, they're all connected. And it's weird. When you start reading into it, you start seeing like, hold on. Even though no one wants this war, even with Palestine, the majority of Americans have come to the conclusion it's just a bloodbath, genocide. We see for what it is. It's colonization, imperialism, just complete taking over people's lands, murdering of the people, and kicking them out into and pretty much treating them horrible. But when you look at Donald Trump, and they asked him like, hey, whatnot, why? And he said, well, this has to be done. He doesn't care about the polling on this particular thing. It's because we believe Jeffrey Epstein, who worked for Mossad, the Israeli government, had so much dirt on Donald Trump as far as him raping children. Yes, we're saying that, raping children. This man sexually assaulted children, Donald Trump. That's allegedly. And they have all that information. Then when you look at Israel's donors, they have this thing called AIPAC, which we still don't understand how a foreign entity can contribute to American politics, which is called AIPAC, Israel, and a lot of the lobbyists, which have bought out a lot of U.S. policymakers who, and politicians who are enabling this. So when you look back into the Citizens United, we're not going to get into all that. So another part about this is the American artillery, or what they're saying is they're running out of interceptors, meaning because of the Ukraine war and because of the Israeli war in Gaza, they've ran out of interceptors. Interceptors are what they use to stop the Iranian missiles, and which you're finding out Iran has had a lot more missiles than they thought. China's giving them, and Russia's giving them to them. So they're shooting off missiles all day and night. And so what they're saying is, for every one Iranian missile, it takes 2 to 3 interceptors. So soon here, it's possible Israel won't have enough interceptors to stop Iranian missiles. So if you watch on social media a lot right now, you're seeing like the heart of Israel, Tel Aviv, have been getting hit by missiles. And I don't know, the Israeli people, and it's really hard to feel bad for you guys right now. It really is. I'm gonna tell you, like, right out here, you guys, no one cares. No one wants to hear about it. You guys were cheering and chanting for the Gaza people. And right now, you guys have picked on the right people. The Iranian government is nothing to play with. They are unified under a religion. Right now, they're calling for jihad. Even if you destroy the Ayatollah, they will come back. They're not a bunch of savages. They've been here on this planet for thousands of years. They know how to form and come together. But anyway, so also they're running out of interceptors because of Ukraine-Israel war. Bibi and Netanyahu made a post on Twitter just pretty much saying, thank you, Donald Trump. I've been pushing for this war for 40 years. For 40 years, he's been saying Iran is a week away from missiles. You can literally go back 20 years ago where he was meeting at the UN saying Iran is 2 days away from a bomb. And he has like this poster. I'll try to drop the video in here, but if I don't, sorry. Where he has a poster where it's saying they're 80% here, and then another week here. He's been saying this lies, but when you ask Iranians, which is a Muslim country, they say it's against Islam for us to have a nuclear bomb. They don't want one. That's America. That is a uniquely European trait. Is they like bombs, they like mass murder. I don't know what it is with that, but guys. Anyway, we are watching in 8K, 4K, or whatever you have on your phone, colonization, imperialism, and war crimes right in front of my face. And will anybody have to pay for this? We'll see. The Supreme Court pretty much just said that Donald Trump can do whatever he wants. And anyway, so right now, most analysts are saying what Israel is doing at this point is they don't really care for a regime change. When they say we want a regime change, no. What they really want to do is destabilize Iran as a state. They want it to be a failed state. They don't want any leaders. They just want factions and fighting and divide and conquer, because it will make it a lot easier for them just to bomb where they need to, just like a Syria, just like a Lebanon, bomb here, bomb there, bomb. They don't want any leadership because, once again, we all know in the Middle East, as soon as you get one leader, you give them guns, tanks, RVs, they're going to end up using it to turn on the American government. It happens every time. We've been watching the same movie for years. They've been interfering in Iran for over 73 years. And before that. But anyway, that's neither here or there. Donald Trump is a puppet. Iran is giving a hell of a fight. I mean, these guys, you're invading their country. I don't know what America's thought. So Trump, Hegseth, and Marco, what we're going to just pretty much say, Marco Rubio, they're idiots. Trump president, Pete Hegseth, Secretary of War, a.k.a. Secretary of Defense. They changed that. Marco Rubio, Secretary of State, idiots. I mean, like, what is this? I know Marco Rubio must be pounding his head on the wall like, good Lord, we are sold out to the Israelis. Then, so pretty much what we have is sociopaths and straight zealots and ideologues running this. The CIA's wet dream. Right now, they've been wanting to do this for years. I know John Bolton somewhere jerking off, having a great time watching this. And it's pretty much what is being said from the inside is nobody knows really what the hell is going on. Donald Trump just decided to start a war illegally, didn't go through Congress, and it's on and popping. This will not be easy. So anyway, that's an update, guys. Thanks.